So today was quite interesting day for the market. Sofi was down almost 5% while Tesla went up 7%. And then we got some news that SoftBank, who is an early investor in Sofi, dumped their shares in Sofi. Along with that, we have some fintech sector news which was not that bullish. So what do you make out of all this data, and what is the best way to play news like this? While I do not rely on Fintel for my news, and regardless of the source, it's always a good habit of checking multiple sources because you end up discovering the exact opposite to what you were looking for. And that is what happened. I was looking for more info on Sofi and found some exciting news which made me even more bullish. But before, let's look at what happened with Sofi and SoftBank, and I will share some bullish insights on SoftBank that makes me even more excited about Sofi. And also why Sofi stock went down today. Is there an upstart connection? Well, let's find out. So let's start with the basics and look at the chart of all the institution holders that hold Sofi currently and make sense of it all. So here's a list of Sofi's institutional investors, and as you know and you can see that Sofi right here has a whole list of institutional investors. All of these guys or all of these institutions hold massive amount of shares in Sofi, which is really bullish. When I first started looking in this company, this was the first thing that intrigued me to look even further because this is a very strong institution holding. Now, if you pay attention, SoftBank is one of the biggest investors of Sofi. And yes, they do hold 117,795,933 shares to be exact. But pay attention to this. Sofi over here has two entries. One says 0 and one says the 117 million shares. Well, let's just say they did had this many shares. And yes, looks like they sold all of the shares in September, if you can see over here. So the green dot right here is their holding right here position, 117.796 million. And as you can see, they had it in June and then they sold it all in September. It's 0 right here, nothing. And then after that, they gained it all back. And now this is October 26th when I took a screenshot. Looks like they have all those shares back right here. So this is pretty interesting. They had 117, it went to 0, and then now they have it all back. So this is what I think happened. Now these banks have different funds that they maintain, and I have seen it happen many times before with different securities like Tesla, Google, Amazon, and others, where they will transfer the holding into different funds to balance. And this is not even a breaking or a new news. I have seen it before while I was doing research for other videos on Sofi. This was reported on July 21st of 2021 right here that Sofi sold all 117,795,933 million shares, and they sold it all out, as you see over here red. But again, this was just a transfer from one fund to the another fund. So why was this reported today? Yes, this was an error on Fintel's part, as they did made a mistake and reported someone else's share under Sofi for SoftBank. But let's take a look at all the insider buy and sell that has happened with Sofi in the past few months. Take a look at this chart over here. So this is all the insiders that have basically sold and bought Sofi. And as you can see, the green side is much heavier than the red side, as you can see in front of you. Majority of the people, only 4 people out of almost 15 people here, sold Sofi, while the remaining 10 or more bought more Sofi. So this is really bullish. While I was doing this research, I found a document that was filed by SoftBank at SEC that basically talks about this. Now we know that SoftBank kept all their 117,795,933 shares, but looks like just last month they added another 31,427 shares right here, making a total holding of 117,827,360 shares right here. So this is A means they acquired the share. I know it's a little bit blurry, I'm sorry about that, but A means they acquired the share. This is the new number of shares that they acquired in September, and this is the total holding that they have right now. So not only did they not sell, but they actually bought more recently. And this is what I call a perfect opportunity to take advantage. The day like today when the stock was down almost 5%. But as I mentioned, there was this another reason why the fintech market was soft today. So Upstart, as we all know, is also in the fintech space, and SoFi has often been compared to Upstart. I actually did a video comparing the two, which I will link towards the end of this video. And if you like the video so far, then please grace it with your thumbs up and subscribe if you have not, so you don't miss out on future videos. Okay, coming back to Upstart. So Jefferies downgraded Upstart to hold from buy after it had an amazing 700% gain this year. That's crazy. So I think it kind of followed the suit and resulted in some fintech selling. Upstart was down almost 10%, and I actually made my first trade in Upstart today. It's too rich for my taste, but 10% down was too good of an opportunity to pass. Now, along with that, majority of other fintechs like PayPal, Lending Club were also down, and few other companies like Square were barely in green. So the industry as a whole saw some pressure today. And like I mentioned in my previous video, that after Green Monday, we usually see a Red Tuesday with SoFi. And that's what happened today. But today was a great buying opportunity. And the trade I'm about to show you, I plan on executing it today, but it did not get executed with the price I wanted. I will try to do it tomorrow or wait till Friday or earnings, depending upon the market. We shall see what happens with the charter news, but this is an interesting play for me. Let me explain the chart and the trade that I plan to make. Please note, this is my opinion only and entertainment purposes only. So this is the chart. As you can see that SoFi today went down and actually touched close to 100-day moving average. It of course went down to 21-day moving average on a daily chart, and it actually went down to 50-day moving average on a daily chart, but it actually went close to the 100-day moving average, which was really exciting, because anytime it has touched 100-day moving average, it has bounced back right here, as you can see. So the white one is a 21-day moving average. 21-day moving average, it has always respected. Look, it went up, touched, went up, touched, went up, come back to 21-day, went up, and then now today it actually went down and it went under the 21-day moving average and the 50-day moving average. Now, anytime it has gone down after the 50-day moving average, it has usually touched the 100-day moving average. And that's what happened. It went close to the 100-day moving average. It didn't really touch it, but it went close, and then it bounced back again. Tomorrow will be super exciting to see what it does, because if it touches 100-day moving average, I feel that will have a huge support for SoFi at that range. I personally am looking to buy anything at 19 or a little bit under 19 to play options. Actually, I don't want to buy any more shares right now, but I will absolutely dive into option if the stock touches to the 100-day moving average. Now, if you pay attention, this is the trade that I really wanted to execute today, but I was just shy by a few cents, and I'll explain over here. So when stock went down, it was about 1996 it was trading at that time, and then after hours it was 1984. This was the trade I had saved, but it did not get executed because the price of the trade did not touch what I wanted to pay, or what I wanted to get in this case. So what I plan to do is I plan to buy 50 January 2024 calls for $30. This is the call that I'm basically buying. To pay for those calls, what I'm doing is I'm selling 50 January 2024 $25 puts. So because the stock was down, the $30 call for January 2024 was down in price, while the put was up in price, because again, now for it to reach $25, it has to capture a bigger distance, or it has to travel a bigger distance. And that's why the put was actually, because I'm selling, so I always want to sell and get more money. So if I'm selling at a higher price, it makes sense. While if I'm buying something, I want to buy at a lower price. So that's why when the call or the value of the call goes down and value of the put goes up, that is a perfect opportunity to do this custom spread. I wanted to get $6.80, or a total credit of about $34,000 to execute this trade. It never made it to that trade. It actually touched 670, and that's why I placed 680. I was like, no, I know I'll get it. It's a round number. I like it. I want to get this number, but it did not execute, and I missed the trade by a few cents. But that's okay, because again, you'll always get another chance. Something like this. This trade is always in my mind, or this number is always in my mind when I'm playing SoFi on a down day, because I love executing trades like this. Because see what's going on. The difference between the selling the put and buying these calls is almost 50%, $5 and $10, as you can see over here. So this gives me, not only I will be able to hold 50 calls for SoFi for January 24, $30, but at the same time, I will also be holding 50 puts. So now, when the stock goes up, these both will give me more money, because to close these, I will be buying the puts and I will be selling the calls. When I'm selling, I want to get more money, right? So when the stock goes up, I will get more money from this. When I am now buying something to close, because I sold the puts, now I'm buying it to close, I want to of course buy it at a cheaper price than this so that I make money. So when the stock goes up, both these makes more money for me. And that's why I love this particular trade all the time. I do it on Tesla, I do it on SoFi, I do it on Apple, I do it on so many other securities, because I feel this is a perfect trade on a down big red day. And I wait for those big red days to execute trades like this. I guess SoFi wasn't that big of a red day today, but if it happens in the future, this will be the first thing I would try to execute. Now, as an investor, you gotta love days like these, as they present an awesome opportunity to buy your favorite stocks. Now, some of you who have seen my intro video, you know that I'm not a day trader. So I have these pockets that I have scheduled during the day where I look at the market and then place my trades. What that does for me personally is that I don't get bothered with the short-term news, and you always get another opportunity. Most of my trades are auto-executed. That means I set the trade, the price I want to get or pay, and then they get executed while I'm not even looking at them. So we'll see if I get this trade, as it does look very good to capture the upside potential of SoFi while getting paid for it. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I hope I provided some value, and if you like the video, then please click the like button and consider subscribing. I will link my SoFi versus Upstart video over here, so do check it out. As always, it's so much fun to share the research and share all of this with you. Until next time, you all have a sparkling day.